Welcome back to another episode of
Mail or Fire.
I am your host, Thundy, and I am joined by my most excellent co-host today.
What's up? It's Shades.
And I'm Dillon.
And we are Cyber Skull Media. Now, we are covering Motionless in White today for the very first time on this channel. Now, we all are familiar with Motionless in White. Even Shades likes Motionless in White, and we know what kind of a stickler he is for heavy music.
I like some of their stuff for sure.
We almost covered another one of their other music videos 2 or 3 months ago, but then it didn't work out with our schedule. I had it all lined up. We'll be covering this one for the very first time today, so we're interested to see how this goes. Dillon, this is about one of your biggest fears.
It's
That too, but the dark, Dillon.
I ain't scared of the dark.
Oh.
Neither is Shades, because Machines has a song called In the Dark.
Oh,
yeah.
And that's
okay.
fire.
All right, well, let's get into this one today. This is a Motionless in White, Afraid of the Dark. Dillon, don't be afraid of the dark. He told you not to be.
Man. Motionless is very diverse. You know, with every album, they kind of have a new look, style, a little bit different sound. You know, early on with like voices and whatnot, had more of almost a gothic look. The last album, Scoring the End of the World, was like hugely successful and was a lot more accessible. Not as much screaming, more production. You know, almost had like a cyberpunk look and theme. And now we're going back to more of like a darker, heavier tone. And I love it.
Fucking love that, bro. Very nice. And the way that I couldn't stop it, man. I just had to ride it through the whole chorus because the way that this is put together, they dropped in real nice there.
Hey, back to his screaming. It came out really heavy. Sometimes you
shit.
just let people know, man, like, hey, we're still about it. We can do some hits. We can do some catchy tunes, but man, we're still about that life.
Shades about that life.
You want to know what I thought?
Please do go on.
Good Lord. The beginning so far, like, was crazy. I had to hold on a second and wrap my head around it, and it's starting to come around, so we'll see where it goes from here.
Yeah, Shades is still stuck on the... It went from 0 to 100 real fucking quick right out the gate.
Kind of,
Epically
sort of.
fast.
I've given my life. I suffered and sacrificed to find that fear is only fatal till it's alchemized. To heal is to repurpose, take the stage and siphon all the power from the pain. I turn my struggles into strength. Who else can writes a line like, that fear is only fatal till it's alchemized?
That's like a Sleep Token and Motionless in White. That's it.
And you should always take your struggles and try to turn them into a strength. Use it as fuel for your fire. That's what I do sometimes. Like what Dillon says that my pants are too baggy, I internalize that struggle and use it as my strength.
Then he comes out with Jinkos just to fuck with me.
I did. There was a lot of appreciation for the Jinkos the couple nights over the weekend at shows.
Well, that's fine. Nobody asked you how much change you got.
That's because I could fit whole water bottles in my pocket, Dillon, when you didn't even know they're there.
I didn't. I had a penny that turned sideways and almost cut my leg off.
No wonder you had to leave early. All the circulation was being cut off to your legs.
I did. And a fucking penny lacerating my femoral artery.
We're talking about our sick puppy show we just went to on Saturday. But yeah, so the production on this is crazy. We got a dystopian looking future going on.
Looks like Max Moore directed it, Shades. That's your question?
Yeah, there you go. Now we know in this one who did it, Shades. Yep. Uh-huh.
So good, he's speechless.
Yep. I heard every word.
Fucking shit.
Now this is really, really, really good today. So if the answer is in the unknown, would you question the path you take? If the past doesn't hurt to let go, would your future be yours to reclaim? Oh, man. We kind of were talking briefly about that in yesterday's video, about how, letting the past go so that you can move forward no matter how much it hurts.
So I heard Motionless and White sound check one time. I did not get to see them live, but they sounded cool as hell.
Wait a minute. How would you listen to the sound check but not the full show?
So, story time. They toured.
Hey, look, a squirrel.
They toured with Atreyu, and they were at the Bourbon Theater in Lincoln. And Alex Vorkatsis, former vocalist from Atreyu, he does tattoos, and he and I had talked over the years off and on. I got an Atreyu lyric tattoo on my chest, and he did one tattoo per city. And I was like, man, I'll come to Lincoln. He's like, cool, it's yours. Like, he didn't even have to sort through the applicants. He picked me. I went. I was getting tattooed when Motionless was sound checking, and then he's like, hey, you got tickets to the show, man? He's like, you're on the guest list when you do the tattoo thing, but I got a pretty big tattoo on my leg, and he's like, I wouldn't recommend being at the show with a fresh tattoo. So I was like, okay. I went home.
It's it's worth it, I have to say, to have a tattoo by him.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, that's a fair argument. I'm not going to say anything bad about that.
No, he's a sweet dude too, but
so I don't know exactly what they're referring to, but if the answer is in the unknown, would you question the path you take? No, because that's just how I run my life. I have an idea and some goals and where I kind of would like to go, so I start down that path not knowing exactly where it's going to go, because I quit trying to force things to go the direction I wanted a long time ago, because it doesn't ever work out that way. You can have a general idea of where you want to go, but then you never know what is going to come along that fucks something up that's completely out of your control. You never know when an opportunity you were not expecting in 1,000 lifetimes would come your way and change everything you're doing. So I have to say, we're taking the road less traveled. Shades and I didn't ever dream of owning and running a vape and smoke shop, but here we are, and that has led to some craziness. We never planned to run a YouTube channel until another buddy told us we should start one with him, and then he had to depart, and now we have Dillon, and Dillon never expected to be part of a YouTube channel with us ever. So, crazy awesome stuff is going on around us in the music scene. It's all because we took a road with an unknown destination. I'm on board with that. Because you'll never know yourself till you walk alone with blind faith and broken bones. So follow the light in your heart and be not afraid of the dark. And that's what we're doing, Dillon.
That's right.
But it's so bright of a light that's inside Shade's heart, he has to wear shades.
I was just going to say I carry a flashlight, but...
Oh, a flashlight. There's not a different vowel in that word that you want to talk about?
Potato.
Yeah, you think whatever you want.
Okay, we've been bending people's ears long enough. They're like, you didn't even make it through the first chorus and then you paused it. So let's keep her rolling.
So follow the light in your heart and be not afraid of the dark. Will you follow light? Don't let love make destruction. Out only dies if you keep pouring trust in fight. Or surrender your dreams. Cause it's give up or give everything. You'll never know yourself.
This is an extremely positive song today, and I love it.
It is. It's a super cool ride to go on too. You know, the alternating, the heavy, the chorus. The theme is super cool. This is kind of like a really nice blend of like all the different versions and eras of Motionless. They had to do all the other things to drop this banger right here.
You follow me to where love met destruction. Doubt only dies if you keep pouring trust in. Fight or surrender your dreams, because it's give up or give everything. Absolutely. We fighting for our dreams over here. We're listening to this man's advice. We're taking Chris's advice and we're running with it, boys. What do you think, Shades?
Running up that hill, fuck yeah.
Shout out Lyric Noel and Wake Sessions. Where we're feeling down, we got to put this one on, man. We got to throw this one in. I can't wait to play this one at the shop on Thursday for our video. We got a message of hope for y'all.
I'm pretty sure that we're going to get a lot of weird looks at first.
We're just going to play.
Hopeful and optimistic. Why is he yelling at me?
I don't know what we're yelling about.
Scream it into existence.
Just play Motionless in White on a loop at the shop all day just to see people's reactions. I think it's an idea. How much are you willing to bleed to suffer for what you believe? We can't see the end from the start, so don't be afraid of the dark. How much are you willing to bleed and suffer for what you believe, Dillon?
Quite a bit.
Oh, yeah? How much is that?
Oh, it's hard to quantify the limitless amount of bleeding and suffering I would go through. I wore a silicone suit in 110-degree weather, so that's pretty suffery.
Right, that's true.
Jason's like, I'd prick my finger for it.
Well, I mean, I've put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into some things over my life, to the point of I have tattoos to say pain and sacrifice on my arms. So, I mean, I get it.
So don't be afraid of the dark and walk with me. From the ashes, I was reborn free, and from the grave, I was rebuilt by what broke me. Rebuilt by what broke me. So tear me apart and you'll see the spine, the heart, the blood on the dirt. You'll feel the pain, the rage that feeds on the hurt. On every scar is a badge of a lesson I've learned that took me 20 fucking years to learn. I don't have to do this alone. A creature that found a home when life drained the light from my heart. You pulled me from the dark. I've given you everything. A lifeline and pieces of me. We can't see the end from the start, but I don't fear the dark. Inside, with purpose and passion, sweat and blood, from Stockholm to Scranton. Fight or fly, arise from the pages. Fear not the dark. If you mean it, you make it.
Holy shit, bro.
You hear that programming? The start and the end, that programming loop that's in there is sick. It's fucking beautiful.
Dylan can't stand up right now.
Maybe I am standing.
This is sitting. This is standing. I'm standing.
I really love that line, rebuilt by what broke me. That's a strong ass lyric.
That was a good one.
From ashes, I was reborn free. And from the grave, I was rebuilt by what broke me. I feel like some of my greatest comebacks have been from when I've been at my rock bottoms, when things have been the worst, because then you got nowhere to go but up, and you can rebuild it however you want at that point, unless it's a doorknob in negative 11-degree weather.
Ain't no fixing that.
So tear me apart and you'll see the spine, the heart, the blood on the dirt. You'll feel the pain, the rage that feeds on the hurt, and every scar is a badge of a lesson I've learned that took me 20 fucking years to learn. Man, out here preaching today.
We talk about this a lot. So hopefully, people, there's a lot of our subscribers that don't necessarily like this heavy style of music, but we keep like hammering home the point that lyrically they've got a lot to say. If you can get past the screaming and the aggression, like what's behind it, 9 times out of 10, what we listen to is a positive message. There's some hopefulness. There's something to glean and take away from this. This is no exception.
I'm definitely gathering that with this one for sure.
And sometimes it takes you 20 years to learn something, because sometimes you just have to live your life and experience a bunch of shit to understand certain things. And there's no way around that other than just getting older and experiencing life, man. You can't learn to come back from falls without taking them.
This is true. Get back on the horse.
I know quite a bit about Motionless and White and Chris Motionless as a human being, and he's probably one of the biggest advocates for like decency and kindness in the scene. I mean, he's incredibly inclusive of all walks of life. The dude he's like the standard bearer for this genre of like how to really be someone that kids can look up to, right? The broken, the beaten, everybody. The dude's just a super solid human being.
And I know now I don't have to do this alone, a creature that found a home when life drained the light from my heart. You pulled me from the dark. And, we've all learned lessons over the years that, you don't have to do things alone. Sometimes you just haven't found your people yet. And that can take a long time. The people that are in my everyday life right now aren't necessarily the same people that were in my life 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago. And sometimes you just gotta live life and meet people and do you find the right ones to surround yourself with and help you pull yourself out of things and accomplish the things that you want. We weren't even friends with Dillon 5 years ago. So we met him through Tapehead and through our other buddy, Mr. Dustin from the Deep Cut podcast.
Check him out.
Now we're doing crazy shit with this man. So things happen. Move on and find the people that like to be around you and want to go in the same direction that you're going. Giving you everything, a lifeline in pieces of me. We can't see the end from the start, but I don't feel the dark. It's like a video game. There's an ending, but you don't know when it's coming. You don't know where it's coming or what it's going to look like, but you're going to have a hell of a great time along the way. You're going to have some struggles along the way, and you're going to beat your head against the wall a few times when you get stuck somewhere. But in the end, you could still get there. It's all on you how that comes out. Dark inside with purpose and passion, sweat and blood from Stockholm to Scranton. Fight or fright, arise from the pages. Fear not the dark. If you mean it, you'll make it. Unless you're the Scranton Strangler, Dillon.
Or you work for Dunder Mifflin.
Lazy Scranton, Dillon.
Grand Pennsylvania.
I'm going to go rearrange Shade's desk at the shop now because of that show. I'm going to put his stapler in Jell-O, Dillon.
Don't do it.
That was a Motionless in White, Afraid of the Dark, our very first Motionless in White reaction on the channel. So if you are finding us for the first time, we have a lot of other metal stuff on this channel, but we cover a lot of different genres of stuff. Like we covered a local band from the Omaha scene and anyone else yesterday, which is wildly different than this. And then tomorrow we have something else that's not metal, that's the big push. But we have a lot of metal stuff that we cover on this channel, from our own local scene to all over the place, man. So we definitely like covering the heavy stuff over here. So I think we should start with Shades today.
At the very beginning, they're like, it came in hard as a motherfucker and screamed at me. I'm like, stop yelling at me. And once he did stop yelling and I started listening, like it got better. Like, I'll give it that. At least good enough to give it a fire. Once I let it go and accepted it and was listening to the words, like they made a lot of sense. I can't hate on this for what it is. Like it's pretty dope. There's quite a handful of songs that I listen to that a lot of people can't listen to the very beginning of it, but a few seconds into it, it gets way better. And this is probably one of those. Like definitely fire though.
Well, Dillon, what say you today?
This song's fire. I mentioned I'm a big Motionless in White fan. I follow them for pretty much the bulk of their career. I love the fact that they just keep reinventing. They haven't ever been stagnant. They've never gone to the same sound or look or style. They keep progressing, but they're still very, very clearly Motionless in white. You can hear Chris's voice and know who this is. Just the whole composition, you know, the intense beginning. And again, there's some of our subscribers that might want to either skip it or back out, but most of them are going to give it a shot, I think, and hopefully they can pick up the message in the song. Like I said, he's a very positive dude. If you're not familiar with the band or him as a person, look it up. You know, read some interviews, check him out. I really like what he stands for and who he is as a person. The song is fire. I mean, so good. The video is amazing too. The concept, I love the whole thing. Looking forward to this new album.
Positive heavy metal, Dillon. What are we talking about?
This right here.
Well, it should come as no shock to you that this was absolute fire. Okay, this was absolute, unequivocal explosion. Fire, baby. Absolute fire. From the very first get-go, I was hooked. When they came in and they just dropped in that heavy, I was like, oh, this is gonna be a good one. And I immediately was like, okay, well, Shade's gonna think. But it was fantastic. And lyrically, it's pretty masterpiece like. Such a positive message built on experience, and you can just tell he lived these lyrics. And I loved it. Maybe if people show up for this one, we might have to cover some more Motionless in white in the future. I think all three of us would be on board for that, because I know I've heard some of their other new stuff, but I haven't watched any of the videos for any of the other new stuff that's come out. I really didn't start watching music videos like that until we started doing reactions, and now I'm kind of obsessed with watching music videos. So I know that they can put on one hell of a performance in a video, because the production value of the stuff that they do, especially in this one, is next level. So I'm here for it. I want to see some more. Let us know in the comments whether you thought this was a fail, fire, or just plain mid. Like and subscribe if you had a good time today, because we are Who Shades
Cyber Skull Media.
And this was what, Dillon?
Fail or fire.
And we will absolutely keep bringing you the heat all week long. We will catch you guys in the next one. See you.
Later.
Die!